What's up guys, it's Josh from KeepItTechie, and today I want to do a quick video showing you a terminal application called Screenfetch. So if you're getting familiar with the command line, you'll notice that there are a lot of different commands that do a lot of different things. Well, this command will actually bring a lot of those commands together, especially when looking at like system information. And this little terminal utility will actually show you all the information about your system as soon as you open up the terminal. And this is one of the tools that I install when I'm first installing an operating system. It's one of those tools that I can't go without, because as soon as I open up the terminal, I like to see all my system information there. And you may have seen it on my other videos. When I open up a terminal, it'll pop up and show all that information on my system. And this utility is called Screenfetch, like I stated. So let's go on and go to the GitHub for this project so we can check it out. Okay, cool. So I'm at the GitHub page for Screenfetch, and it was created by a guy named Kitty Cat. And so this is the main GitHub. It says fetches system theme information in terminal for Linux desktop screenshots. And that's really why it was created, because a lot of people like to show off their system when they post up a desktop screenshot. And I'm part of a lot of those communities, like either on Reddit or on Facebook, where a lot of people like to show their desktop. They'll show their specs, like somebody will ask what theme you're using. Well, all this information is captured when you run this command. And one thing about it, what I do is I always put it into my bashrc file, so it runs every single time I open up the terminal. So let me scroll down a little bit further. I wanted to show you a little bit more. And just to read a little bit about it, it says Screenfetch is a bash screenshot information tool. This handy bash script can be used to generate one of those nifty terminal theme information ASCII distribution logos you see on everybody's screenshot nowadays. It will auto detect your distribution and display the ASCII version of that distribution logo and some valuable information to the right. There are options to specify the no art colors and taking a screenshot upon displaying information, and even customizing the screenshot command. This script is very easy to add and can easily be extended. And then they have installation instructions, so it's very simple to install. I know on Debian systems it's in the main repository. In Arch it's in the AUR, and they do have some other instructions based on your distribution, so check it out. Just click that link right there. I'll put the link down to this GitHub page in the description of the video. But if we look a little further down, it basically says this is some of the options on how to actually run it. It says to run Screenfetch, open a terminal of some sort and type in the command Screenfetch. It's very simple to use. They have a bunch of options where you can, change things and have it show a certain way. So let's go on and get to the demonstration. I want to go on and install it on one of my virtual machines. So let's get started. Okay, cool. So I'll be doing today's demonstration in Manjaro, which is an Arch-based distribution. So let's go down and open up the terminal right fast so I can show you guys how to actually install Screenfetch. But let's zoom in on the terminal so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. And the first thing I'm going to do is actually update the system, which there are no updates for this system. I updated this system a little while ago, so let's go on and just run it so you guys can actually see that the system is up to date. So we're good to go. Now let's go on and install Screenfetch, and it's very simple to do. If you have a AUR helper, like I said, this is an Arch-based distribution. It uses the AUR. Well, that package is under the AUR, so all we have to do is type yay and then dash capital S, and then let's type in Screenfetch, and that's the package name. So Screenfetch, one word, and press enter, and that'll go down and find that package and install it for us. It shouldn't take too long. It's a very small application. Like it's stated in the documentation, it's a bash script. It's pretty much everything is written in bash. So just going on and actually run the command. Well, first thing, let me go to the man page. I believe it has a man page. Just so you guys can see a little bit more on the actual application, and press enter, and cool, there we go. So that's the information. It's basically the same information that I read from the GitHub page, and I won't go through it, but this is all the options that were listed on the GitHub page, so you can check it out for yourself. It's pretty simple, you know what I'm saying. You can not display the logo and all that stuff. It's just certain things that you could do. You can strip out the colors, you know, that's what those options are used for. Now let's go down and run the actual Screenfetch command right fast, so you guys can see what it actually looks like when you run it. And this is super cool. It, you know, it pulls in the image for you, and this is the image for that distribution. So it's based on the distribution. Because like if you ran this on a Debian system, it'll show the Debian image, and also like Ubuntu, it'll show the Ubuntu image, and then it'll walk through and pull in all this system information. And you typically have to run a whole bunch of separate commands to get a lot of this information and show it on the screen. So this makes it like super simple for you to actually do. And if we can go down it or whatever, it pulls in a lot of information. So as you can see, it has the username, you know, and the host name, and then the OS, and then also the kernel, and then that's the uptime. As you can see, I've only had this system up for 4 minutes. So instead of running the uptime command or up command, you know, you can run this and it'll pull in all the other information. As you can see, the next thing, it shows you the amount of packages that are installed on the system. The shell, it shows you the shell is bash. That's the default shell. And then the resolution for the actual screen. So that's super cool. You don't have to, you know, go search for it. You can run Screenfetch, it'll pull in all this information, you know what I'm saying. Desktop environment is XFCE4, and the window manager is XFWM4, and then the window manager theme, and then they show the GTK theme, the icon theme, fonts, the fonts that I'm actually using, and the sizes, and then the disk space. That's one cool thing about it, you know what I'm saying. It pulls in disk information, so you don't have to run a separate command for that. And then the CPU, it brings in the CPU information. It shows you right there that I'm giving this thing 2 cores or 2 threads of my main processor, because of course this is a virtual machine. And then it has the GPU information, as well as RAM, how much RAM I actually have on the system. And I have about 4 gigs on this virtual machine, so that just breaks it all out for you. Now that it's installed, let me go down and show you guys how to actually add it to your bashrc. Because one thing I like to do whenever I open up the terminal, I like for it to run Screenfetch. That way it'll go on and show all this information as soon as I open up the terminal. Now all you have to do is go nano, or you can use your whatever text editor you use, Vim, Vi, whatever, but nano. And then we're already in our home directory, which is represented by the tilde right here, so that lets you know you're in your home directory. And all we have to do is type bashrc and press enter, and that'll allow you to edit the bashrc file. And all we have to do is go down to the bottom, and I'll go down and just drag it down so you guys can see. And I could have skipped and went down to the last line using the shortcuts, but just wanted to do it that way. But anyway, all you have to do is type Screenfetch right here. So let's just type that in. So Screenfetch. So if you type the command, you know what I'm saying, it'll basically run that command as soon as the terminal is open every single time. So let's save this file right fast. So I'm gonna hit Control X and then type capital Y for yes to save it, and then press enter, and then that closes out that actual file. We made those changes to it. And now let's exit out of the terminal and go down and open up a new terminal so you guys can actually see. And boom, there you go. It'll open up Screenfetch every single time that you run this on your system, or every time you open up the terminal. Now let me go down and switch over to a Ubuntu virtual machine and show it actually working over there, so I can and mainly I just wanted to show you that the image is different depending on the operating system that you're logged into or that you actually on and install Screenfetch on. So I'll be right back in a second. Okay, cool. So this is Ubuntu 20, and I just wanted to show you guys this on here as well. So if we open up the terminal, and let me zoom in right fast. Okay, cool. So and let's go down and verify that the system doesn't need any updates. So let's go sudo apt updates, and this one may have a couple of updates. I'm not sure. I think I updated this one a couple days ago, but I'll skip this part if it has a lot of updates and then come back and show you guys installing Screenfetch right fast, and basically the same steps. And really I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like on a different distribution of Linux. And as you can see, we only have like 3 packages, so I go down and upgrade them right fast. And I know I don't need to in order to actually install the application, but I just wanted to go down and do it right fast. And these are just some buying tools, so that shouldn't take too long. As you can see, that says buying now 9, which is DNS tools, so it shouldn't take too long to install those. But I'll skip ahead so you guys don't have to worry about seeing this. Alright, cool. So those updates are done. Let me clear the screen and let's go down and install Screenfetch. So let's go sudo apt install, and then the package name is Screenfetch, and press enter. We can go down and install that as well, and it shouldn't take too long as well. Like I stated, it's just a bash script, but I'll skip ahead if it takes a little too long. Alright, cool. So the install is done, and so let me clear the screen and just type Screenfetch so you guys can see it. Press enter, and first time running it, but you know it takes a little time. But as you can see, it has you know, the Ubuntu image there now, and it gives you all that same information, you know, like we seen in the other distribution that we were looking at. Now let's go down and edit our bashrc. So let's type nano, and the reason we don't have to type sudo, I meant to tell you that anything that's owned by you and in your home directory, you don't have to type sudo because it's owned by you, you know what I'm saying? So bashrc and press enter, and then let's go down to the bottom again, and all we got to do is type Screenfetch at the bottom as well, and press Control X, and yes, to modify, press enter. Boom. So now if we exit out the terminal and open up the terminal again, we should see Screenfetch again, and yeah, there it is. And the reason it, you know, it's looking like this, the actual image, is because of how long the CPU name is. And if we had the terminal, you know, set to a longer size, you know, it'll look proper on the screen. So let me zoom in again so you guys can actually see. But that's pretty much Screenfetch. So if you guys want to, you know, make your browser look a little better, you know, I mean, not your browser, but your terminal look a little better when you open it up, and you display, you know, a lot of information that you typically would have to type a whole bunch of commands for. You know, every time you open up the terminal, it'll show this information, especially if you add it to that bashrc file. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, always leave comments down in the comment boxes below, and of course, keep it techie.